Awesome. So here we are. We're inside the Jagdpanzer IV here at the National Armour and Cavalry Collection, and our guest Hilary Doyle is going to talk a little bit about the internal and how it performed.
Okay, this is Panzer IV chassis, and the Germans had a big industrial capacity to produce these vehicles. So when they were looking for a new version of the Sturmgeschütz, they designed and developed what's known as the Jagdpanzer IV, but originally it was called the Sturmgeschütz Neue Art, a new version of the Sturmgeschütz. But they kept the production of the Sturmgeschütz going, and they introduced the production of these Jagdpanzer IVs into a factory which had formerly produced Panzer IVs. That was the Vomag plant in Plauen. They were responsible for roughly 1/3 of the later versions of the Panzer IV. As you can see, it's fantastically spacious by comparison to the inside of a Sturmgeschütz or to many other things. And originally, the gun that was designed for the new version of the Sturmgeschütz was a Pak 39 L48. But obviously, as the Soviet armour became larger and more protected, they were looking to install the Pak based on the L70, that's the Panther gun. So what happened was that the production of the Pak 39s with the L48 gun was delivered to the Czechs in Prague and in Pilsen at Skoda to make the Jagdpanzer 38. And this new gun was designed, which is the L70, and this vehicle then became known as the Panzer IV 70. And you have an L70 gun, same as the Panther, very solid gun mount and very precise gun mount, which gave a great level of accuracy. So if we then look around the vehicle itself, where Sophie is sitting is in the commander's position. Above her is the commander's hatch, and behind my head is the mount for the periscope, the scissors periscope, to give the commander good all-round visibility. But they had a periscope in the hatch as well. Here we have the mounting for the Nahverteidigungswaffe, which threw out grenades to protect the vehicle if it was attacked by infantry. The unit itself is deficient, obviously taken off during testing. Behind the gun here is where the loader sat, but he also operated the radio sets, so we have the remains of the radio installation with the radio racks in place. And at the rear there's the extractor fans to take fumes out. And where I'm sitting is actually in the gunner's position, so the gun sight is mounted here and projects through the roof. The driver is off down the front here, but unlike many other tanks, a Panzer IV has external springing, leaf springs, and therefore the floor of the vehicle is flat. So you have an escape hatch in the floor, which makes a big difference to the survivability of the crew. The vehicle, of course, was heavily loaded at the front, but it's not meant to be charging around in the same way as a Panzer would have been. It was meant to be a long-range anti-tank weapon to defend armoured units, and it was capable of doing that, and a very good record of killing and so forth. The later versions were supposed to have in this hatch here, also for close defence, a Sturmgewehr 44, which was the assault rifle, but on top of the assault rifle there was in the hatch was a ball mount for a curved barrel to be attached to the Sturmgewehr, so the guys could sit there and fire the rifle through the hatch on the curved barrel. So that's quite interesting. Over on that side and here are the ammunition racks, so you get seven rounds, 7 rounds, 7 rounds, 7 rounds, and then there's vertical bins over here beside me as well. So it's quite well equipped with ammunition for a vehicle of its time. It's got reasonable visibility because you've got side periscopes, and the big advantage is the flat floor. You don't have to struggle around through bins and other projecting items. The only one that has a bit of a challenge is the driver down at the front here. he has to be able to clamber in and out over the frame that mounts the gun.